Hello guys, this is your host Bison. In this game, you will see an amazing game played by Radjabov against the best chess player ever lived on earth, Garry Kasparov, the fearless youngster who said, "Hold my knight," and took down the king. Grab your popcorn, this is going to be wild. Let's go. Kasparov opens the game with e4, a classic start like ordering biryani when you are hungry. Never disappoints. Radjabov responds with e6, the French defense. The French, elegant, complicated, and often leaves you wondering what went wrong. d4 by Kasparov, d5, and knight c3. Game transposes to Olsen variation. Knight f6, a classical variation in French defense. Kasparov advances with e5, picking the knight, and this is called Steinitz variation. Knight fd7. Kasparov expands aggressively on king's side by f4. c5, striking the center. Bold move, my guy. Kasparov develops with knight f3, supporting the center. Radjabov plays knight c6, eyeing at the juicy d4 pawn. Bishop e3 by Kasparov. This is called Bolesky variation. Here, black can continue the game with c takes d4. Suppose if game continues, white can play knight takes d4, queen d6, attacking the b2 pawn. Queen d2, queen takes b2, rook b1, attacking the queen, queen a3, bishop b5, knight takes d4, d takes d4, a6, kicking the bishop, bishop takes d7 check, bishop takes d7, rook b3, attacking the queen, queen e7, and rook takes b7. White will gain back his pawn and game will be completely equal. But after bishop e3, a6 by Radjabov, preventing any cheeky jumps to b5. Black also marches. White plays queen b2 and black also marches his b pawn towards the queen side. Intentions are clear. Next destination will be b4, attacking the knight. a3, stopping the b4 move by black. Queen b6, supporting the b5 pawn to push further. Knight e2. This move is a mistake. Instead of this, after knight e2, black played c4, and this move is a mistake. Instead of c4, better move is to play queen a5. Suppose if game continues, white will play queen takes a5, knight takes a5, g4, bishop b7, g5, g6, stopping any further advancement, h4, h6, g takes h6, knight c4, bishop c1, rook takes h6, b3, attacking the knight, knight c b6, c3, bishop c6, and bishop d2, and game will be equal. But after c4, white played g4, aggressively expanding the pawns from the king side, and Radjabov's like not today with h5. G takes h5. Here you might thinking black has an open file by rook takes h5, but it has no much use because g5 and f5 square are already covered, so black rook can't do too much here. After rook takes h5, knight g3, attacking the rook, and black brings back his rook on h8 square. Garry advances his pawn further, attacking the white defense. E takes f5, knight takes f5. But instead of taking the pawn, Kasparov must consider the move h4, taking the benefit of the open h file. Knight f6. Here, Radjabov sacrifices his knight with knight f6. Wait, what? If Kasparov has taken it by e takes f6, then black pieces would have exploded into action like your phone after a viral reel. And suddenly you will see that black all pieces become active, and in next move black will castle, which includes the black rook into the game, and white will lose all his advantage. This is a very important lesson in chess. Don't play such moves which will activate the opponent pieces. Here, after seeing this all, Kasparov decides to play knight g3, defending the knight back, knight g4, attacking the bishop, bishop f4, bishop e6, c3, bishop e7, knight g5, and black castled long side. Knight takes e6, f takes e6, bishop e2, attacking the knight, knight takes e5, an inaccuracy by Radjabov. Instead of this, better move is to play knight takes h2, grabbing the free pawn. Suppose if game continues, then white will castle, black can play b4, attacking the queen side, a takes b4, a5, b5, ignoring the exchange, queen takes b5, knight h5, attacking the g7 pawn, and a4. Clearly you can see that the game is completely equal. But after knight g takes e5, queen e3 by Garry. Here, better move is to capture the knight on e5 by the bishop, and knight d7. This is an inaccuracy by black. Here, this e6 pawn is hanged. Instead of this, better move is to continue the game with bishop d6. Yeah, after queen e3, the better move is to play bishop d6. Suppose if game continues, white can castle the queen side, a5, king b1, b4, d takes e5, bishop c5, queen c1, b takes a3, bishop g4, rook h e8, king a1, and white is slightly better due to more active pieces, but it can be holdable. After knight d7, white played queen takes e6, bishop h4 pinning the knight, and queen g4. A huge mistake by Kasparov. Here white missed the d5 pawn. Queen takes d5. After queen g4, g5 attacking the bishop, bishop d2 protecting it back, and rook d8 pinning the bishop. Garry castled long side, and clearly the next destination will be b3 square. And here Kasparov done a huge blunder by playing rook d f1, because now black will play bishop takes g3. Suppose if game continues, then h takes g3, knight b3 check, king d1, queen g6, queen f5, queen takes f5, rook takes f5, rook takes h1 check, bishop e1, knight c1, simply double attack on the bishop, rook f1 asking for rook exchange, rook takes f1, bishop takes f1 and black is a full rook up and completely winning. Here, instead of rook fd1, better move is to play king b1. King b1. Suppose if game continues, then black will play knight b3, bishop f3, rook at h goes to f8, bishop takes d5, queen d6, bishop e4, knight takes d2 check, rook takes d2, rook f4 attacking the queen, queen h5, knight f6, and game will be completely equal. But after rook fd1, black gives a check and Kasparov played king d1, bishop takes g3, rook f7 attacking the knight, and rook d8. This is a mistake by black. Black protects it from the rook, which is a huge blunder, which gives chance to avoid to play bishop to g5, bishop takes g5 and which will attack the rook. Instead of this, the better move is to protect it by the queen. Bishop takes g5, queen g6 pinning the bishop, queen f5 asking for queen exchange, queen takes f5, rook takes f5, rook at d goes to f8 asking for rook exchange, rook takes f8 check, knight takes f8 and bishop f3, which is a mistake. Here better option is to play h4, trying to advance the pawn. Bishop h4 asking for bishop exchange, white rejected it. Knight d7, bishop takes d5, rook e8 attacking the bishop, bishop h6, and can you guess the next crushing move played by Radjabov? Pause the video and try to find it by yourself. If you find the move knight dc5, then congratulations, you are sharp-minded. If white captures the knight by d takes c5, then simply rook d8 and the white has to lose his bishop and the game also. Here, after seeing this all, white played bishop f7, rook e7 attacking the bishop, bishop h5, knight d3. Intentions are clear. The next destination will be knight f4, and after seeing this all, Kasparov resigned, because if white played king c2, then black will simply play rook h7 and white has to lose one of his bishop. I hope you all liked that video. If you liked that video, please subscribe to my channel for more interesting chess games. This is your host Bison signing off until the next game. Keep your kings safe and your blunders minimal. Bye bye.